Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have discussed about that URL, right? And also that is one of the string query. So now I want to get some of the specific URL, and then here I want to render some of the HTML page. So if you want to do that work, like here, if you go, that is our index file, right? So into this index file, first of all, I want to do when that will be as a slash. Slash means that is our slash, right? So that is our home directory. So I better cut it. Okay, like that is our home. Okay, home means that is our slash, right? And after that slash, then when I want to do, when that will be as a slash, then I want to render one of the page, and when that will be as a, like I don't want to use that as a test, I want to use another path name as a bicycle. Okay, then that will be better. I want to create this type of one of the path name as a bicycle, and that is our total query string. And into this query string area, with this ID, I want to get all the data, right? I want to get all the data from our JSON. If you go to that our data, and that is our data JSON, and you can see they have one of the ID as a 0, another one is a 1, then the 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Right now they have the 5 data. Okay, that means ID will be as a maximum 5, and then that will be our path name. So I want to do this type of the URL. When that will be only slash, then that will be render another HTML. Our another HTML means then that will be render our this HTML. Okay, that means one of the bicycle HTML. This page will be rendered. And when there have any path name, and also if there have any string query, then that will be loaded our this page. Okay, that means that is our another HTML as an overview HTML page. Okay, and also with this ID, because here with this there is ID, you can see that is one of the ID. So now with this ID we'll actually get a specific some of the data from our this page as a JSON data. Okay, from here we'll get this data. So step by step we have to do that work. For the reason I want to do in our index, right now we don't need this, I close, simply remove it. Okay, here I want to add one of the condition, okay, one of the if condition. Okay, and into this if condition area, when our path name, I have already checked that our path name, right, when our path name will be equal as a slash, okay, when it will be as equal slash, then I want to render one of the page. Okay, and else if, okay, else if I want to do and to put another condition. Okay, here I want to put another condition, and then that means else if means what? Else if means after that, then that will be one of the bicycle or something. So now I take that name as a bicycle. Okay, I name it as a bicycle. When that will be as a bicycle, and when that would be any ID, and also when that will be as a one of the ID number, right? Here with this I want to put one of the condition. So that will be our ID. Our ID is started from to the 0, right? It is started from to the 0, and maximum that will be as a 5. So I want to do and to add another if condition. Okay, here with our same our path name. So that is a path name. When this path name will be equal and then slash bicycle. Okay, I make it as a bicycle. And when that will be as a bicycle, and I make it another condition, and that will be obviously our ID, right? Our when this ID will be as a greater than or the equal as a 0, right? And also there is a maximum one as a, I put another and condition, and when our ID will be as a less than, okay, less than or the equal 5, right? So that is our maximum number. When that will be as a less than or equal 5, then I want to render another file in particular at that position. And else it should be displayed as a 404. Some of the page you can actually load, rather than right now for make this easy, I want to load some of the HTML text. Okay, else it should be loaded with the response. Okay, with this response, then that is a method as an AND method, right? Into this AND method area, I want to do and to pass one of the HTML tag. I simply added that HTML and this HTML. That means the h1 tag, and then that will be displayed as a file. Okay, file not found. So this type of the message, then that will be displayed. Okay, and you can also pass some of the div if you want. You can also pass, because that is one of the HTML tag. You can pass the div. Better I want to pass on the div, and also I want to close this div. Okay, I simply close it. So now also we have to load our type, right? Better I want to do here, that is our response. There is a response, and then our another method is right. Okay, right head, right? It's the right head method, And into this right paired method area, here our status will be as a 200. That means that is totally fine. And then I want to pass that our content type. Okay, so I make it as a content type. Okay, content type will be what? Content type will be as a HTML. That means first of all that will be as a text and then HTML. Okay, I simply load it. Great. So now if you want to check it, like here, if you don't click as a save all, so here I have already put that condition when that will be as a slash rather than the bicycle. And if they have no bicycle or this type of one of the URL, if you don't get it, then that will be returned to our this page. Okay, that means our it will be displayed as a file not found. So if you want to do that work, like here, I want to better right now refresh it first, and then I want to do, you can see that is our different name. For this, automatically now it's display as a file not found, because it's not get any URL like this, because here I didn't add any conditions like this, right? I hope friend every part is very much clear to you. Okay, that is a simple one of the condition. So now I want to work in here. When our path name will be as a slash. Slash means what? Slash means that will be our home page, right? Here that will be our home page. So into this home page area, I want to load our this page. Okay, that means that will be our home page. That means that is our bicycle.html. Here I want to load it. So if you want to load it, that is one of the file type, right? Here we have to first of all load that module as a, I have already discussed about that things with you, as a FS module, right? So now I want to take one of the variable. Okay, with the constant variable, I just name it as a FS. That is our FS module. Now we have to take it. So that will be as a required, same things. Okay, that is a required, and there is a required area. Here I want to load our default module as a FS module. Okay, and now I want to use that as a asynchronous function. So if you use that asynchronous function, here we have to pass that as a promises, right? So I simply pass that as a promises. Great. So when you use that as a asynchronous function in our request and then response area, here also we have to pass that as a asynchronous. Remember, I have already discussed about that things with you. That will be as a asynchronous. And now I want to load one of the file. Okay, with our FS module, I want to do here. Okay, I want to better put some of the cap. I want to take one of the HTML. Okay, like right now I take first of all one of the variable and the constant variable. I just name it as a HTML. Whatever the name actually you choose, and then here we have to use that as a await, because that is the asynchronous function, and then our FS module. And with this I want to access our one of the method, our method name as a read file, right? So that is our read file. So now with this read file area, here I want to load our file name, our file in our which place. Right now we have to find out this file. So that is in our view, into this view, and then that is our overview, right? If you go, that is our bicycle, right? So that is not that overview, that is a bicycle.html. This page I want to load. Right now that will be what? That will be the, first of all, that will be the views. Okay, that is a view, one of the folder, and into this view folder I have created that file name as a bicycle, CLES, bicycles.html. Okay, and also here we have to pass that our anchor tag. Our anchor tag will be as a UTF. I make it as a UTF-8. Okay, so I simply load it. Great. And now also we have to pass that same rewrite function, like there is our type, right? I just simply copy it, and then here I simply paste it. So that will be as a content type as a 200, which is totally fine, as a right head, and then the content type will be as a text and then HTML. Okay, and now I want to do with this response with the AND method. A response and the AND method area, here I want to pass our which the data. I want to pass out this view file, which I take the things with this variable. Now I simply pass it in here. Okay, so now when that will be as a slash, then that will be our display or this page as a bicycle HTML, rather than the same thing. So but I copy it, and then for the bicycle, that means that if you go right now, that will be loaded our this overview.html, right? Now I want to copy everything from here, and then when that will be as a slash bicycle, and ID will be as a greater than equal 0 or less than equal 5, then that will be load out this part. I simply paste it. Now only our page will be changed, right? Now that is will be as a overview.html. Better I name it as over view. Okay, our view.html, then that will be loaded, and our write status will be as a 200, which is totally fine. But here I have already done it. You can see that I have make it as a 200 for the 404 page, because that is one of the our another page, right? When that will be not get any appropriate data, then our this page will be loaded. So that should be a status, that is another status code as a 404. Okay, I want to do and to make it as a 404 code, because which data I am actually expected, it's not get this request. For the reasons that will be our status will be as a 404, and then that will be displayed. Great. So friend, that's all. Okay, that's all I want to do in here. Now let's check this out. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go to our home page, I want to do and to click as a enter. Yes, you can see it's now successfully load our home page. Right now all that our CSS is missing. You can see there is a CSS is missing for our this page. There is CSS missing. For the reasons is displayed like that way. Don't worry, we will solve it. Right now our title, you can see there is a title as a bicycle shop and programming with Aryan. Okay, you can see that is actually our appropriate one, right? And when that will be as a slash bicycle. Okay, I want to make it as a I want to make it here as a slash bicycle, and I want to pass some of the ID. Okay, whatever the ID you choose. Right now they have no data. Now that should be loaded another page, right? Now click as enter. Now let's check this out. It's perfectly get it or not. Now it's get some of the error. Okay, it's get some of the error because of all. If you go, you can see it's also show some of the error. That is our event unhandled error event right after add in our index 35. So into the index 35, what exactly the right after add? You can see before I'm actually using it, so right now we don't need this. So that is our extra code. So you can see that in the 35 it's actually get some of the error. So now I simply remove it. Now click as a save all. So right now that should be redirected to our overview, right? That is our view.html page, when that will be as a bicycle, and also they have the ID. Now let's check this out. I click as a save all already. Our server, you can see our server is now running. That means right now that should be work. Yes, you can see it's already running. Okay, it's already running our space. Great. So now you can see that is our the bicycle shop. That means that is right now redirected to our this overview.html, the bicycle shop. Great. So they have some of the CSS is missing. For the reasons it's now displayed like that way. I hope you understand that part. But our condition is work, right? So that is one of the our default one. Click as enter. Now it should be loaded out this page, and when that will be as a slash and then bicycle some of the ID, then that will be loaded our another page. Great. How much easily we did that work, I hope friend is very much clear to you. So that is our first condition. When that will be as a slash, then that will be loaded our bicycle HTML, and when that will be as a slash bicycle and the ID, then that will be loaded our overview HTML. On when that will be as a not match, like right now I pass one of the ID as a 9, because I have already put that condition that will be as a less than or the equal as a 5. So now I make it as a 6. Now click as a enter. Yes, you can see it's now successfully redirected to our 404 page as a file not found, right? So here I have already added some of the div and HTML tag as a file not found. Now you can see it's now display as a file not found. So now in our next video, I want to do like here all that our CSS missing, images is missing, right? I want to do to get all that our CSS and the images. How can rendering that CSS and the images? In our next video, I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.